What's up guys, Shining EV123 here, and today I'm going to show you yet again another updated version of my deck. There's still loads of cards I'm looking for, so I'm going to go through the deck, show you guys through the deck, maybe explain a couple strategies here and there. But this deck will change a lot once I get my hands on some Ancient Origins packs. So hopefully you guys can help me obtain the cards I need for this deck, because there are some cards I'm still looking for, so hopefully we can get them. First card, obviously Keldeo. I only have the one, I'm looking for two more. The reason I'm looking for two more is because Keldeo is meant to be the main card of the deck, but I only have the one, which is unfortunate. So by only having the one, I can't really say it's the main card of the deck. So if you guys can help me get two more, I'll be willing to trade for them. Until I do get them though, I have these two Blastoise EXs. They're just, like I said, they're for space filler till I can get the other two Keldeos. Their rapid spin's actually really helpful when they have a card out that prevents Keldeo from using his ability Rushing. However, that's not really an issue because I can usually get rid of those cards quite easily. So Blastoise isn't that helpful, but it would be nice to be able to have this as free Keldeos. Next on the list we have two Goomies. These will be replaced by the new Goomy from the Ancient deck once I can get them. So hopefully, fingers crossed, we can do it. I have two Goodras. I actually have a Goodra from Phantom Forces and one from Flashfire. I prefer this one because even though it does less damage even after a coin flip, it can heal 60 damage from itself and requires less energy. And I'm sorry I whistled when I pronounced the S then. I couldn't help that. This Goodra, however, prevents both players from using Pokemon tools and does 130 damage. The only downside is I have to discard the top card of my deck. That's handy sometimes, but most of the time it just isn't useful. So I'm looking for maybe one more of these Goodras or two Goodras from Ancient Origins. One Squirtle. I only run one because otherwise two's a dead draw. And I only need one to play into Blastoise, which has Deluge, allow me to play multiple water energies per round, so that's great. Articuno finds my water energies with one energy. However, it's great early game, great combo with Blastoise early game, but late game is not so great because I've probably already drawn into most of my water energies anyway. One Eevee, great card. Put an energy on it, evolve it into an evolution. Now, unfortunately, Eevee here. I was hoping to get maybe one or two more, but I haven't found them yet. So if you guys again have them, I'll be willing to trade. But for right now, I only have the one. I also run Glaceon. I'm aware this is City Championships, so if I do take this deck to a tournament, I have this Vaporeon here, which I put in the deck instead. But I'm looking for a regular Plasma Freeze Glaceon, so if you guys have it, I'll be willing to trade. Its ability makes it so that retreat costs of all my Team Plasma Pokemon costs 2 energy less, and then Icy Wind for 3 energy does 60, and then puts the defending Pokemon to sleep. No questions asked. So, no coin flip required, no side effects required, just puts them straight to sleep. Sylveon, this may come out. I don't use it as often as I was hoping, so again, this might come out. I'm not too sure though. Leafeon, its Energy Crush is great. I can do 20 damage for 1 energy for every energy on their side of the field. So if they have a deck that requires heavy amounts of energy, Leafeon is very helpful in that situation. One Kyurem, just for space filler, and right now its outrage attack is the main attack I use. For 2 energy it does 10 damage, or it does 20 damage plus an extra 10 for every damage counter on Kyurem, so it can do 140 damage maximum. or 280 if it's attacking a fire type that's weak to water, for example. And then one Jirachi for support search, really, nothing too fancy. So that's that done. The supporters now, I have 4 Professor Sycamore. Discard my hand, draw 7 new cards, or just draw 7 cards if I have no cards in my hand. It's a fantastic card. I wouldn't have a deck without 4 of these guys in it. So now, unfortunately, I don't have N or Skylar or anything, so I've had to make do with other cards like Shauna. Just shuffle my hand into my deck, draw 5. It's a great hand redo, especially if you don't want to discard your hand, and it's the next best thing other than N, because N only allows you to draw cards equal to the number of prizes you have, and it also works for your opponent as well. So Shauna is great to do that, which is why, again, I actually do prefer Shauna. Pokemon Center Lady heals 60 damage from one of my Pokemon and all special conditions, so it's great for that. Like I said, I don't run Skylar, so I run alternatives like Tierno to draw 3 cards, and Hugh, again, allows both players to either draw or discard until they have 5 cards in their hand. It's a great card for locking down their hand control. Perfect hand control card, and so Hugh's great for that. And then Archie's Ace in the Hole. When I have no cards in my hand, I am allowed to play this card. It puts a water Pokemon from my discard pile onto my bench, and then I draw 5 new cards. It's great. I'm still testing with it, but I can only use it when there are no cards in my hand, which is the downside to it, because I always have a full hand most of the time. So hopefully soon I can use that card, see how good it actually is. I have 2 rare candies for regular trainers now, by the way. I have 2 rare candies. I know I have 3 stage 2 Pokemon, but most of the time I'll only be able to play 2 of them anyway, and 3 rare candies is a dead draw, which is why 2 is absolutely necessary in a deck. So that's good for that. 1 Dazzling Machine. This used to be Scramble Switch, but I need another way to get cards back since Lysander's Trump card is banned. And I didn't find that out until a couple months ago, after my last updated deck video. 1 Revive to get back a basic Pokemon I need, like a Keldeo or a Gumi or something like that. 2 Versus Seekers. Allows me to reuse my supporters, because I don't have a lot of supporters. If you look at all these supporters, there is not a lot of them here, and there's not a whole range of them either, so I can use Versus Seeker to reuse all my supporters. 1 Enhanced Hammer to get rid of special energies. I know I only have 1, I was going to have 2, but I couldn't think of something else to replace for an Enhanced Hammer. Fairy Garden, because I run Fairy Energies now for Gumi and Goodra, and Sylveon of course. If I have any Pokemon that has a Fairy Energy on it, it has no retreat cost, so it's great for that. Professor's Letter allows me to search out for 2 basic energies, put them into my hand, so it thins out the deck a little bit. 2 Ultra Balls, discard 2 cards from my hand, search my deck for a Pokemon and add it to my hand, of course. Standard. Healing Scarf. When an energy is attached to one of my Pokemon, it heals 20 damage from it. It's great, especially a great combo with Frozen City, because then my Pokemon has no damage. And I've just spoiled one of the cards there, but Muscle Band, my attacks do an extra 20 damage. And it can attach to any Pokemon. This was great at the XY sneak peek, it really was. Frozen City. Now, this may confuse a lot of people because I only run 2 Plasma Pokemon, but like I said, with Healing Scarf, it cancels out the effects, and it really works well with Kyurem. I can keep attaching energies to Kyurem. It takes damage from the Frozen City, and it also works to the disadvantage of my opponent, because Plasma decks aren't so common anymore, so this is really going to shut them down and make it easier for them to be killed. 2 Silver Bangles, because EXs are very, very popular now that they've brought them back, so it's nice to have Silver Bangle in there. And 1 Eviolite, just to make sure my attacks do 20. Their attacks, sorry, do 20 less damage. And I'm allowed to use this because it's been reprinted, so it's nice to be able to use the one from Emerging Powers, even though I prefer the artwork from the new reprinted Eviolite. Onto the energies. Again, I don't run many energies. I have 1 double dragon energy for Goodra, simple as that. Standard, the 4 double colourless energies, because everything in this deck everything in this deck except for Squirtle and Goomy can use it, so it's great for that. Unfortunately, I have only 3 fairy energies. I would like more, but I only have the 3. And then I run I run 9 basic water energies, which is again is a disadvantage. So I might have to take some cards out to add in some energy just to search with Articuno a bit better, make it a lot easier to search with Articuno. But right now I have 9 of those and these fairy energies. So that's it for this updated deck profile. I'll make another one as soon as I update it again. And then I probably won't update it for a while, but like as you can probably tell from my videos, I'm always updating my deck, and I'm always making a video on it because I don't get many packs in. So thank you guys for watching, and subscribe for more Pokemon videos, because it will really help me out. Alright, peace.